Johnny, and you're gonna run a dig. What's the digs count? What's the yards? Do they change it, or is everybody?
It varies depending on what play.
Right. So depending upon what play, right? So what happens is what they're doing is they're trying to get another receiver into another part of the field and have you into the part of the field where somebody's got to make a decision, right? So if they tell you that dig route's going to be 5 and in, okay, and you set up 5 and in, this is 5 yards. Now, what they teaching on in the release is they teaching this, if you're being pressed or whatever, but I'm seeing it now where these guys ain't even getting pressed. And they've done that so much that they doing this to take off all the time, and they wasting time, right? Now, you know that dig route's got a time behind it, that this quarterback's got to get you the ball. So when you come up to here, if you could take and stick that foot down, set a bow, and break and go, then you could keep it 5. But if you duck-footed and you open up here, and then you turn it into 7, well, now that linebacker, he's just got to step right into that play where he can't step into the 5, but at 7 he could step in. So that's why the foot placement is so important. So what should be getting done with all of these guys that do the field work and the route work and all of that stuff is they should be taking you to the break, to where the last break is, and start from there. And then if you want to break off of a straight foot, then you work a bow type shape. We know that this is a safer landing, a straight foot, inside ankle bone high, bow set, head in the column, and we just working right here in that bow, back and forth. Heel up, and you work it. Then once you rep that out a bunch of times, then all you got to do is take a step back, and now you could go 1 foot bow, bring it back, balls of your feet. Then it's 1 foot bow, right? And you could bring it back. And then you take a couple of steps back, and you work your way all the way from here to where now when you're releasing, now you done built a pattern of being on the balls of the foot. So if you stay on the balls of the foot the whole time and you want to open this up a little bit to move him and then cut off the inside of him to get your dig route, now you're on the balls of the foot and you're not doing something unsafe at your release, because you programmed it all the way back and you put so many reps in that it's going to be safe at the release too. And then when you get here, the only thing your nervous system's going to know is put that foot down into a bow and cut off. That's why we work out. That's why we do things in repetition, is to create patterns. Unfortunately, we haven't done them to create safe patterns. All we've been trying to do is get open. So now, and that's all it is you taking. Now, if you're a DB, okay, then the DB, all he does is he works backwards, right? He works the backdrop like this, back and forth, balls of the feet. He don't do, but it's good for whoever, because if you get caught at the line and you want to take a step back and they pressing you and you want to step back and juke and then go, you still need to load a backdrop in that position. You don't want this, you know what I'm saying? So working it, when you work in those route trees, like all of the stuff with the cones and the garbage cans, and that shit's great because it gives you a final product, right? You could go in there, and that's what me and AB's been doing, is he takes that moment to test his athlete. He's looking at, let's see what they're doing with their feet. That's why it's all on video. Let's see what they're doing with their feet, because then I know I got to send that guy to Gary, get his feet right, and then bring it back to run those routes. And that's what y'all got to do, is you got to work them, work that, and then you would take it naturally. If you work in the dig's going to be the first one in the route tree. You're going to work it. If it's a post corner or whatever, then you would just come here and you would work on that just off this side. You really could take one cone and work every single break, whether it's an in or an out or a corner, or just a regular post. But that's what's got to be done. So y'all can kind of play around with it a little bit and see how it feels. So start at your cone, and then what you could do is you could get another cone and bring it over here if you want. Just set 2 of them up, and then Zach, what you could do is you could work the backdrop like a DB. So it would be, because you're going to start from, the DB's going to start from the break, right? He's going to start here, load it up, and then go. Now, one thing that AB taught me is you want to make sure that you're not picking up too high. You want to make sure that you load up, and then you stay low to the ground on that front step. And then what you do is you would come from here. Cam, get in there since you're the receiver, and then Zach, get on the outside. And then just work right there. It's like setting your bow, set it up, just start with it. You could start with an ISO too. Johnny, hold the ISO, feel it real good, set the knee out more, good. You feel a bow set, and then kind of start working it without moving the feet. Good, back and forth. And then kind of pick it up and work up and down a little bit, right? And then kind of add a little break to it. And it's gonna be a lot quicker of a route because, and the good thing is most DBs are conditioned to feel the old way.
Yeah. You don't see many people breaking in one step.
They can't. They can't. They got a few guys in the league that can do it, but
You can't break in one step if you don't turn the foot in the direction.
but you got to realize everything's done with pads, right? So like they'll get these fancy field work guys, and everybody will go run to them, and then they get all fucked up. No, they don't teach this at all. It just looks aesthetically more pleasing, too. And then that's what you're doing is you're taking all of the training that we've been doing with Goda and you're applying it to the work that you're doing. Good. 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 Set the knee out. It's gonna be, oh, it's way quicker of a break. Anything you do in repetition, you're gonna become. So the more you work at it, the quicker of a break. And I mean, you're gonna be that inside route guy or somebody way down the field. And then what you do is, now that you understand it conceptually, you understand what you're doing. So now you would just take every route, right? And you would work every route through your head. So you're working your route tree. You're going all your digs, your corners, your posts, everything that you're running. You just you start from the break, you work the last step, and you work your way back. Because the break is where everybody gets hurt. It's like Odell, right? He goes and he does all that stuff in the thing, and then he's got a 5 and in or whatever. I got it on video. He's doing the same shit he was doing before. When he gets up, he's cutting off the inside and he's doing this. Instead of having a break here and then being able to go in, he can't do it. His landings look real unsafe right now. But he was, I think back in the day, him and Jarvis, I think, were going over there about Footwork King. And
Jarvis from?
They both from here, yeah. I worked with him a little bit. Yeah, but he didn't listen. He was the first pro guy that really talked to us about it. He tore his left knee. I got a video in my phone of text messages telling him he's going to tear his left knee. And he tore it twice since then. He was doing the same shit, the repair. Yeah, when you're doing your backdrop, you want to make sure that backdrop is set here, like in the back. Feel it, hold it, and then work from there.
It's like when I break, it's 1, 2, so it's 1, 2.
Good. Yeah, you work the steps. You would go from the backdrop to just start here and then go 1, 2, and then yeah. And then all you're doing is creating a safe landing. It's gonna get you a lower pad level too.
1, 2.
But that's gotta be done, like you could do, like when you know you're gonna run routes, like you go out to the field a little early and you just start working on this stuff, and then you just go run your routes. And you're already going to be already looser because you done did your groundwork and all.
Repetition on that T-step, I naturally want to put it out. So I'm trying to...
Yeah, well, the other thing too is you should be one step and go. Not multiple. It shouldn't be and try to go. You ain't never gonna jump a route like that on the next level. And that's gonna be the difference is how quick you get to the ball. Because most guys are they're gonna turn, and you know, that's why the shorter linebacker now, they don't care no more. They'll let them come in there at 5'10" and 6 foot.
If I can just work on that load and get out.
And remember, Cam, it's going to be a hard step because you're trying to move that guy. You're attacking the DB. If you're going straight at him and you go to make that break, you're gonna put that foot down hard. But the repetition of the exercises is going to create a consistency that it's just going to happen. You ain't going to have to think about it on the field.